that the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world. So what was from the foundation of the world? The Lamb that was slain, and the book of life was also at the foundation of the world. And what does a book hold inside it? Information. Not just names, information. And let us have a look here in Ephesians chapter 1. What information was contained at the foundation of the world? Ephesians chapter 1. And reading in verse 4. Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 4. According as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love. So we were chosen in Jesus Christ before the foundation of the world. How's that possible? How is that possible? And we must remember that God and his goings forth have been from of old. From the days of eternity. And here we find in Revelation that this book of life is opened when the wicked are judged. This book of life has information in it. And in Psalms 139 and verse 15 and 16. My substance was not hid from thee when I was made in the secret and curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Thine eyes did see my substance, yet being unperfect, and in thy book all my members were written, which in continuance were fashioned when as yet there was none of them. In the Lamb's book of life is the information on growing the baby. And as the baby was growing in the womb, the substance, and it was in the book already. The record is not just the record of the name, but of the character, of the person, of the feature. And God had a record in his book, in the Lamb, of you and me in 2010. And some people think, oh, that's predestination. I'm just a robot now. I can't do anything by myself because I'm programmed. But it doesn't work like that. Because when you don't understand, when you don't know what someone else knows, then you're free to choose what you like. In other words, if I had two things in my hand and I knew which one you were going to pick and I said, pick it, do you have a choice? Have I taken away your choice? Which hand do you want? I know which one you're going to pick. I already know. But do you still have a choice? Absolutely. God's pre-knowledge doesn't stop your choice. It doesn't stop it at all. And so God has a pre-knowledge of our members, of our information written there. And so we understand then that Revelation chapter 1, and this is just amazing. Revelation chapter 1 and verse 4 and 8. John, to the seven churches which are in Asia, grace be unto you and peace from him which is, which was, and which is to come, and from the seven spirits which are before his throne, And verse 8, I am the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end, saith the Lord, which is, and which was, and which is to come, the Almighty. Here we have Him who is the I am. When Abraham was, I am. When Adam was, I am. When we are today, I am. And the 7 spirits which are before the throne of God. And we read then in Revelation chapter 5, and in verse 6, the 7 spirits which are before the throne, which in that His throne was from eternity. Revelation chapter 5 and verse 6, and I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent forth into all the earth. So this lamb was from the foundation of the world, and will be at the end of the world, which is. And in the midst of the throne is the Lamb slain. And the Lamb has 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God, which go out to all the earth, at all times. So, this eyes, and we read that in the book Signs of the Times, July 31, 1901, it says, the features of the characters in the books of heaven. God's law reaches the feelings and the motives as well as the outward acts. It reveals the secrets of the heart, flashing light upon the things before buried in darkness. So it's flashing light on the past. God knows every thought, every purpose, every plan, every motive. The books of heaven record the sin that would have been committed had there been opportunity. God will bring every work into judgment with every secret thing. By His law, He measures the character of every man. As the artist transfers to the canvas the features of the face, so the features of the individual character are transferred to the books of heaven. God has a perfect photograph of every man's character, and this photograph He compares with His law. He reveals to man the defects that mar his life and calls upon him to repent and turn from his sins. So here, the eyes are recording